Okay, just take it. Vodafone is our client. Okay, so we have to work for Vodafone for on some project. Okay, so right, like first of all, let us say we all are using Vodafone or VI. Um, our data should be present inside their servers, right, or their databases. That is in structured format. That is well known. Everybody knows. But coming to how they are going to generate a bills, okay, based on our usage, right? So again, when we use our phone, then data per second usage or calls per second usage. So all this will be captured to nearest antenna, and then it will go to the respective source systems, or then the source system will try to generate files as a logs. Okay, so we can say online mediation. See here, so all the data may be generated an unstructured and semi-structured format, because uh, in weblogs, when you see, right, any website pages or mediation files and on log servers or weblogs, those are not a structured format. So the files will be generated in the form of unstructured or semi-structured, right? So that kind of files will keep on what it will do, the server wherever is there, the source server or producer will keep on send or store these logs in a let us say in a one of the directory. Okay, from the directory we supposed to, like, as a project owner, or as a we are working on behalf of client, right? So we supposed to pull those files from producer, or we can say from source system, by using Scoop or Kafka, right? So because why we have to choose, because those are semi-structured and unstructured data, and which are in the form of logs or files, not as a database, or they are not a structured way. That is the reason we have to use uh, Kafka or Flume. So generally, what we will do, we will write a scoop, sorry, not scoop, Flume agent and channel. There is a code. Okay, we supposed to write standard code to collect those files. Okay, let us say our interval is every 1 hour. Okay, every 1 hour we have to pull the data and store it in our Hadoop system. So if that is a requirement, then we will trigger this Flume agent or Flume, so that it will run and try to collect all the whatever the generated data for the particular hour will be taken and ingest into our HDFS. So that is for unstructured data or semi-structured data pulling by using Flume or Kafka. Okay, we can say this is a dynamic, right? And that is what you can correlate this area, like online mediation, network sensors, or log servers. So these data will pull by using Flume and push to HDFS. This is the system. Okay, this is HDFS, and we will store in somewhere else. Okay, we will discuss what exactly we will do in HDFS, that we will do it. And coming to this data, what about this RDBMS, Oracle RDBMS, or Oracle BRM? BRM is, what did you said? Billing revenue management, something like that, right? BRM?
Business revenue management.
You said
Only
something? BRM, billing and revenue
billing and
management.
revenue management.
Yes. So BRM, billing and revenue management, is one of the database which is stored. The data will be stored in a Oracle. So they are calling it as a BRM. Okay, billing and revenue management. Before that, right? If it is so, then to do this BRM, first of all, we have to have the source data, right? So data means we have these like, especially to bill on us, right? They should maintain our complete data, like by using like name and address, phone number, or all other stuff. Okay, when we generally submit our ID proofs and address proof when we take a new connection, right? So by using those, uh, this data will be created and stored in a Oracle RDBMS system. Okay, that again, when we submit in a form of files, right, that files will go to the respective head offices. Then the head office people, what they will do, they will try to load the data into their online system, and when they submit it, then the data will be backend stored in a Oracle RDBMS system. Okay, you can assume this may be a PostgreSQL, this may be MySQL, okay, this may be any RDBMS system which is most suitable for the project requirement. So in this case, the people are using Oracle, but in our case, we may use PostgreSQL or we may use MySQL based on the availability. Okay, so those kind of stuff will be available in these tables. And billing and revenue, again, there are two inputs to build the data. Number one is our static data, we can say. Okay, and these are dynamic data. Okay, we can say dimensions and facts. Okay, so dimensions or facts, two types of table that we will use to do some billing, right? We need both the data, whatever consumed data as well as whatever which is already available in each candidate, from each candidate. Okay, so we will use both this data and bill for the particular account, right? So this, I think we may do this kind of transformations in a Hadoop and Spark. Then let's assume we are bringing some data from Oracle RDBMS to HDFS, and that is by using Scoop. Okay, see, this is a Scoop, right? So whatever the tables which are inside the RDBMS will try to pull those details, because these are not a static tables, right? Again, because every day there might be some changes, or new customers will come, or existing customers will change their profiles.
Every data get appended day by day.
Yes, appended, yeah, appended, and we have to maintain the updated data in Hadoop. Okay, that is our requirement by using Scoop. Scoop is a tool. Okay, so this job is again is a full load or delta that we have to decide. Okay, and generally I can say this may be full load. Okay, if we are not using any versioning concept, then this may be the full load. If we use versioning concept, or we can go for delta also, or incremental load. So generally, right, this kind of thing people may use. If the data is less, then we'll use full load, because we no need to append, we no need to update the records, right? It is a little costly operations. Okay, when you do such kind of transformations, right? So if the data is not big, then we'll go for full load. Okay, because whatever the updated data which is available in this table will be migrated to Hadoop. Okay, so that way we'll keep on maintain the sync between this Oracle and HDFS, right? So this we will use Scoop, and Flume, I think long back I had some theoretical knowledge, but now I think we have to learn and implement something by writing this agent, or Flume agent and all. Okay. So by using Flume, we have to pull the unstructured or semi-structured data. This also, I think Morteja, you didn't collected any web logs or network sensor data, right? So far?
No, it's difficult to get the data real time data because.
Okay, we'll
I will
work on
try to find out if I found it. I'll definitely share.
Yeah, our friends are also there in the call, right? They also try to help us. So guys, please help each other, and we have to get a sample data for this kind of project, especially this log servers or web logs for this Vodafone kind of related project. Okay, so please search on the data, because the data is very important, and we'll bring both the data, semi-structured and unstructured data, as well as structured data, into Hadoop. Then what we will do, I already explained, we have to do some data enrichment or data cleaning activities here, and then on a stage, then whatever the data that we pull, we'll try to take it as a backup or archive. Okay, we'll create one folder. We will do as it is. The same data will be go to the archive, and from that archive, right? I already told you, right, in the last class, we have to reiterate something and try to segregate whichever is a good data, whichever is a bad data. So we have to write some logics. Okay, either it is in a Spark, a Python, or shell script, but we have to write it, and we then segregate it. Okay, then see, we can say 4 files or 4 directories. Number 1 directory is landing directory. Okay, then from landing directory, you can say that is a master. Okay, I think I already explained, but still, for more clarity, we'll follow this method. Okay, let us say this is the landing directory. Okay, then is the archive. Okay. Whatever the files will come, it will come here, and what we will do. Let us say these are rejected files, and these are the accepted files. Okay, so landing. So we also implement one more either in a scale, whichever the language that is feasible. So once the file got rejected, that means on top of it we have to create one table, okay, by using this data, okay, so that each day how many records or how many files got rejected. Okay, so let us say there are we already discussed again. I no need to discuss, but just giving an overview. Okay, this is in short. Okay, so this area, this HDFS is there, right? So this area looks like this. Okay, this is called staging area. Okay, now anyway, you people are already aware. Then it will go to some let us say this is an ETL, or you can say core also, but just consider it is a ETL. ETL, why I'm saying here we have a let us say 10 files, right? 10. Let us say we have a 10 files. Then the archive again 10 files. Then rejected, let us say 2 files, and accepted 8 files. Okay. So 8 files we have to bring here. 8 files means we may create 8 tables. We can say 8 tables, something like this. Okay. Eight tables. Okay. By using this 8, I generally, let us say we have 10, but 2 didn't update it because 2 got rejected. Just assume like that. We need to create this many tables, but in our project we may choose only 2 or 3, maximum 4 tables. But when you explain in a real-time project, then I mean in an interview we can say that almost 20 tables or 30 tables. Okay, so what it will do from this, right, it will go to respect to table data. Okay, like let us say product information will go to this page, and candidature, like candidates information will go to this page, and offers information will go to this page. Okay, and billings or tariffs and will go to this table. So like that, each table is having its own data and specified data, or different kind of data. Okay, so then finally we have one more layer, we can say core layer. Okay, let us have core layer, where is based on the business logic we have to implement it, right? So core layer may have, let us say, 3 tables, something like this. Okay. So by using these kind of tables, right? By using these tables, we have to do some transformations like bill. This is, let us say, revenue or bills. Okay, all billing information will be available here. Okay, all the, let us say, this may denotes like address related changes or the latest customers which got added in the last 30 days. Those kind of information will be available here. Okay, all states, like in the country, in our country, let us say all states information will be in this table. So something like that. Okay, we'll try to differentiate. Okay, then all these are in Hadoop only. Okay, Hadoop only. But here we may use Hive and Spark. Okay, and finally we may create some views on top of it. Let us say 3 views. We may create 3 views like here. Okay, so we may create 3 views and we'll give this access. Views means nothing but I need information from these 3 tables, or customer want to see the some data, or what is the total revenue for last month. So those kind of data will be available in this here, in this view. Okay, so second one is how many customers got registered in the last 1 month. So those kind of data will be available here. Okay, how many are in roaming. So those kind of data will be available here. So those kind of stuff we will do, and these views are based on like we can say Hive tables. We will create Hive views only, or Impala views also we can do it, but Hive we will use. Okay, and if required, then if you know cloud, then what we will do, some data we will transfer some data from here to cloud system. Okay, cloud system. We will, if we have a time, we will do it. Okay, cloud, and also we can send this data to where, in MySQL. Okay, to MySQL also. Okay, MySQL or PostgreSQL, whatever we will use. We will create some tables over there, and by using Scoop, again we will export data to this MySQL data. Okay, so this we will use it. This kind of structure we generally follow. Okay, in between, how this all will be executed, we'll try to write some shell script. Shell script supposed to trigger all these queries. Okay, so also if it is possible, we will also try for Uzi once we freeze this. Guys, is it clear? You have 3 minutes left. Please tell me fast.
Naresh, in the second stage, we will have only the accepted data, right?
Yes. This is only accepted and filtered out data, which is ready for use case.
So the second and third stage both are in.
See, this is without any business logics. This is a ready-made, readily available data. We are not doing any transformation here other than the data filtration. But coming to this is completely transformed data. Okay, which is readily available for the client. Okay.
Okay.
Guys, in this call, right? I think this much only we can discuss. But yeah, how many people got joined, I don't know. But only few people send me a mail. But the rest of the people, please send me a mail to my nareshkumar@gmail.com with your details, like the skill set that with rating 1 to 5. Then also send me your profile, so that well, at least in this week I will try to group you based on your requirements. Okay, and also I will assign you some work, like please collect the data. These also I will share across the group, like only few people are there, like more than 12 people are there. So 12 people, this data I will share with you. So we have to create the data. We have to create the data for this type of tables, like account table, okay, then service table, okay, plan table. So we have to create some tables, right? So for that we have to write a scripts. I will try to allocate some work, but we need some data. Okay, please try to get few more data from internet. Okay, I will share the document. And this document I will send it to you across the group. Only I think whoever joined as a member, and those people will get the mail. So please try to send me a mail to nareshkumar4@gmail.com, and so that I will try to share this kind of information to the group people. Okay, any questions? Any questions? No worry. If you have any questions, please use WhatsApp chat. And if I have a time, definitely I will reply you. If not, I will try to come back through emails. Okay. So please concentrate on this data collection, each and every person, please.